Hello, dear friends. I hope that you are having a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It's a little after 2 o'clock, I think, here. I'd have to look at my watch. Yep, it's almost 20 after 2 or so. Here in Virginia. So God said share. There's so much to do all the time. Do you find that in your own life? There's just so much to do. And not enough hours and minutes to do it. Sometimes there's so much to do that you don't even know where to begin. That sums it up pretty well for me anyway. In Matthew 28, we're told to share the good news of the gospel so that we can change the hearts of others and spread his light throughout the world. I think that's a paraphrase. Mark 16 verse 15 says, "And he said to them, go into all the world and proclaim the gospel to the whole creation." Tell everybody. And I like this one in 1 Peter chapter 3. It says, "But in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you." And this is my favorite part. "Yet do it with gentleness and respect." Everybody doesn't believe the same way that I do, or maybe you. We're all different. And when we share God's light, God's love, we're to do it with gentleness and kindness and respect. That Christ's light can shine through us. What do you do when you don't even know where to begin? There's a lot of things I've been putting off around here. You know, we moved into this house last October, and I've been busy with the music ministry, busy doing lots of things, and I've neglected a lot of things that needed doing. I can blame some of the things because of my fear of snakes. There was a corner out in the front that needed cleaning out, but I've put it off. I was afraid of the snakes. You know, even with that fear, I've only seen one snake out here this whole year, and it was a black snake, and I'm not even afraid of them. But people talk about them. They say they're out here. Well, I cleaned out that corner of the yard yesterday, and I think the day before I started on it. So it was a mess. I didn't see any snakes, but I put on my armor and I cast away my fear, and I got her done. Sometimes we have to do that. We have to cast away that fear. Never even saw that snake. Is there anything you're afraid of? You haven't even actually seen it, but you know it's there. And you can be an overcomer if it's something God would have you to do. Do you remember Elizabeth Elliot? She was a missionary. She died in 2015. But she was a missionary to Ecuador. And in 1956, her and her husband Jim were missionaries to a tribe there. And her husband Jim was killed by the tribe members. I guess they were afraid of him. And she stayed there for a couple more years ministering. She overcame her fear. I imagine if her husband was killed by the tribe, I would have been afraid. But she overcame it because it was what God asked her to do. It's kind of cool, isn't it? She trusted God. Then she spent many years, I think she wrote books and she had a radio show. And on the radio show, she always told people, "You are loved." And she used to quote this poem. She didn't actually write it, but she had read it. It was a poem written by Mrs. George A. Paul. And it was talking about when you don't know what to do. There's so much to do. And this is only a little part of it. You can look it up on the internet. Do the next thing. And here's the part I want to read to you. Do it immediately. Do it with prayer. Do it reliantly, casting all care. Do it with reverence, tracing his hand, who placed it before thee with earnest command, stayed on omnipotence, safe 'neath his wing. Leave all resultings, do the next thing. Wow, that really speaks to my heart. I am trying to figure out the next thing that God wants me to do, and try to keep my mind and my thoughts and my heart and my goals and everything in line with what He would have me to do. I do believe that there's a job to do, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it. It's a big world out there. There's a lot of people doing a lot of things, and we can get our eyes on them and lose our focus. So I need to spend more time with the Lord. There's a little song that came to my mind. God's good about that. This one I've actually heard before. This one's called Freely, Freely. Here we go. Let's see if I can sing a little bit for you. Freely, freely, you have received. Freely, freely give. Go in my name, and because you believe, others will know that I live. I think it's interesting how God brings things to my mind. It helps me to have confidence, feel like I'm doing what He would have me to do when these things come to me. I thank the Lord for that. Would you like to see Keon? Keon. See, I'm going to let you see the dogs. Keon's curled up. He's ignoring me. And there's Daisy. Many of you are praying for Daisy. We're just sitting out here in the backyard. I need to go pull some more weeds. Will you be blessed today? I never know if something's going to be deleted or not. I keep trying to fight that battle. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for praying and helping me to follow the Lord. I need that guidance. You be blessed. I'll talk to you later.